This is it, a big one. Round number 1, heat number 3, Carissa Moore, who's had great success at this beach 2 years ago and went on to win a world title. She's going for another one right now up against Silvana Lima. Watch out, this Brazilian is a power pack surfer. And Teresa Bombalon, Portuguese surfer. She's got a birthday coming up. She's just 15 right now. Her coach on the beach. And then 9 years on the World Championship Tour, 2006 to 13, back on in 2015. Here's Carissa Moore charging down the line. A lot of open face, incredible speed. And Seymour really opening her account with some fire right there. That was some of the fastest surfing we've seen.
She had a lot of go in her step on that wave, and you could tell that she was watching the heat before. Those one maneuvers, she really got to put effort into every move. You don't know if you're going to get another opportunity to back it up. So Carissa starting out with a beautiful wave there. I mean, she just watch as she takes off on this one. You can see the urgency as she maneuvers through this one. You see the speed under her surfboard and then cracked it off the top. So one move, a beautiful move, but a great way to open up a heat.
As we take a look at our surfer that opened up with a 0.43, a quick one for the goofy footer out of Rio de Janeiro, Silvana Lima. Now putting it on rail and finding a ride. Now she's thinking different there out there. See, because the ride's been few and far between. It's been a predominant left. Like the way she's thinking. The former most improved surfer of 2007. When she jumped on the tour, getting the call up for the Billabong Pro Maui back in 2005, she scored a perfect 10. She has got a lot of talent. Carissa Moore, without priority, jumps on this one, gets a couple of turns in. She has been watching closely what has been getting surfers through the heat. And let me just tell you, our first 2 heats of the day, if you're Hawaiian, you're cold, you're busy, and you've been making it through. Backhand attack for Silvana Lima. And she, no waves getting by her as well. She's been busy. That's her 3rd wave. So yeah, 2 Hawaiians advance through right off the bat. And they go, you know, this is a beach break. It's shifty, it's cold. And they're out in the lineup. Use warm water and reefs.
Coming out of that last heat, we've got another Hawaiian in this one, Carissa Moore, the 2-time world champion.
As we take a look at our surfer in white, Teresa Bombalon. And Teresa opens up her account. And key, she does have priority. And take a look, this is her home break. This is where she grew up surfing. And good for her, she gets on the board. Well, speaking of her home break, she feels real comfortable out here in the lineup.
It's nice just to skip that round completely and looking forward to round 3. And you never know that it could be really fun this afternoon and we might surf again. So just looking forward to the rest of the event and cheering on Coco, who I'm staying with.
Throughout the heat, they were talking about your equipment and how great it looked out there. Will you make any changes going into round 3, or will you stick with what you've got?
It was really great. In fact, Bianca does have I don't see a game face. I see her and just enjoying surfing. If it happened, it happens. And then just the press conference of those talking to those ladies, they enjoyed themselves. It was stress-free surfing for them and great for them. As we take a look at Silvana Lima, this is her 4th wave. She's got a 4.0 in her scoreline. She is looking for a 5.51. And our first priority is with Teresa Bombalon right now. It has been Carissa Moore with that 6.0 to start things off and a 3.5 that has her in the lead.
And here we go, Silvana Lima. You'd have to say that her forehand is her strength. She's able to do those air reverses on command. Goes to the backhand on this one, works it through, trying to find something to work with. You can see she's always in that crouched position, just able to really pounce on any kind of opportunity, not finding it there.
I like where she's sitting in the lineup, where she's moving down the beach, and that reform to the inside kind of, she gets back on her backhand a little bit. So let's see what's going to happen. Silvana Lima right now needs a 5.51 to overtake Carissa Moore, who had a beautiful opener, a 6.0. And chasing down that one big, powerful move, showing the judges what is possible on a solid set wave. Carissa Moore gets a 6.0. That's kind of really distanced herself. Now Carissa is looking to better a 3.5. Silvana gets a 3.93 on that last wave, still looking for a 5.51. And Teresa Bombalon, where she's sitting in the line right now, just north to our surfer. This is the 15-year-old out of Cascais, Portugal, our goofy footer, our wild card. She's in the 11th grade, she told me. She has 2 more years to go to graduate, and she is taking public school, and with the government giving her the options to travel and surf. Sometimes you got to make it, sometimes you do homeschool, sometimes you make a deal with a certain school, but right now the government is supporting her on her schooling in public schools, but letting her travel and keeping to her studies. So a couple more years to go for her. We're going to run and gun as fast as we can, maybe get into round 2, possibly round 3, but this is round 1, heat number 3. Your leader is Carissa Moore. She's got a pretty solid lead by over 5 points right now. She's trying to better a 6.0. Carissa Moore has a 7-0 in her scoreline, and she's charging hard again. Carissa Moore has been, well, she's kind of picked up where she left off 2 years ago here at this beach, where she won the event with great wave selection.
Yeah, that wave selection just really, that comes with time and just the confidence in yourself to wait out those moments where you feel like you just want to catch anything and just go and get going. I think Carissa, she's so patient. She knows that an opportunity will come her way, and when it does, she's going to make the most of it. So she's really put that to her skill line as we watch her on this wave, just hitting it off the top there. Carissa comes back down straight into that maneuver, going vertical and bringing it down with ease. So another beautiful wave from Carissa Moore, your current rankings leader. Courtney Conlogue just behind her with 48,600. So there's a lot of people in contention for this world title at the moment.
Here's Silvana Lima using her first priority with 12:25 on the clock. She does one nice hit there, but she needs a 9-point ride and hoping for a reform. And that was maybe a slipped opportunity there. Her best wave of 4.0. She's showing a little frustration. She was down the beach. Now she's come back into the area with Carissa and Teresa. Well, a busy season so far. We've had 6 events underway. We did our 7th at Lower Trestles more recently. Carissa Moore did win that, and now we're at Cascais, and we're at the Praia do Guincho, and here is Carissa Moore looking to really solidify her chances at a 3rd world title on this wave. A couple of nice turns, found the reform, little forehand action. Carissa Moore putting rail work, showing some speed, power, and flow. Her boards did come in, I think, on Tuesday. And look at that, a 3rd kind of reform section, and Carissa connects the dots to the inside. Well, a lot of beach break savvy right there.
Yeah, I was just watching the board under her feet. I mean, it just looks like it carries its speed so well. She doesn't have to overexert herself to make it through those flat sections, which is so important. It keeps, keeps the judges engaged when you're not flapping up and down. As we watched Teresa, she was on the wave just behind Carissa. Great turn there from the young wildcard. Unfortunately, just unable to make that maneuver, but watch this wave from Carissa Moore, seamless surfing as she negotiates through these flat sections. That's really hard to do and maintain your speed as you see her coming around looking for that inside connection. Cut backs into the white water with this one, just smooth transition, rail to rail, comes around, hits this maneuver off the top, throws a lot of spray. It's just seamless. It keeps it interesting when you're not doing too much and just looking exhausted throughout the wave.
Well, it's that simple right there. Carissa Moore making maybe an average wave look good, but she's finding the best waves and making them look really good. I was surprised that last score of 5.87. I thought that was easily over the 6. A couple of judges there's a 6.5 in there, but again, high and low scores are thrown out. You average the 3 middle scores of our 5 international judges of 5.87. Lots of effort, great surfing, but does not replace her 6.0. Silvana Lima needs to throw air, and she goes for broke right there. One big move, and Silvana Lima needs a 9.0. I don't think she was going for a 9.0. She's going for 2 solid scores. But if you're going to get a 9.0, you might as well go for the big rotation.
Exactly. I mean, that's definitely where her headspace is at the moment. She knows that with time winding down, she's going to have to try and find that wave that has a 9-point ride all over it, and she's going to do it with those progressive maneuvers. She's not quite in the combination situation. I think Teresa has also climbed her way out of combination with the last wave, but you see the Silvana Lima dropping into a right-hander, picking up speed off the bat, goes for that big air reverse. Unfortunately, her foot coming off and landing just in the trough of the wave, unable to complete that maneuver.
Unfortunately, but she's been busy. 8 waves ridden for Silvana Lima, still needing a 9.0. Teresa, her last wave that we got a glimpse of, a 3.43. She's still in well, she got her way out of a combination situation by not much. She now needs a 9.57. Our surfer in white's got to do it now or never. 2:16 on the clock. Kind of a slow takeoff. Now she's chasing open section. And that's a surprise because she knows this wave. Why'd she take off on it?
Well, it probably looked like it was going to give her something down the line. I mean, with so much time winding down, she just wants to take any opportunity. That wave had a bit of size, so she just, threw caution to the wind on that one.
You're going to stay where she thinks the waves are the best. Nobody's going to get on that. Well, she does down the beach. Here she is.
Oh, Silvana Lima.
Lima goes for broke on the inside again, an aerial move. Cascais Women's Pro at Praia do Guincho. About 5 kilometers north of the main community of Cascais. Beautiful coastline. Has been tough on everybody except this girl right here. Carissa Moore finds another wave with an opening. Big move off the top. And her victory lap bringing it into the beach. And that would end our heat. Nice job for Carissa Moore. And there, she breaks into a smile. How's that?
There we have Carissa Moore. You know, just obviously a lot of nerves coming into this one. She got you later. Boards were last. You know, coming up against the wild card, then just bashes that one off there as an exclamation mark on this heat. She'd be happy. Skipping that round number 2, advancing straight to round 3. Easily defeating her opponents in that last heat.
How are the Hawaiians doing so far?
Oh, 3 for 3, Dave.
Hawaiians 3 for 3, and there is a smile you don't see all the time. This is a fierce competitor.